So I make music using traditional musical instruments and also everyday objects and recorded sounds and texts and people moving around and speaking and rhythms of light and dark and, I don't know, marbles and plastic bags, things like that. So half of my work is for traditional chamber music instruments and half of it is for people playing games and they don't necessarily need to have a musical background. So for example, they can wear costumes made of heaps of everyday things that we discard, like trash or recycled objects, and run down the street and move around in different patterns responding to the environment. Or they can roll marbles around the room in the manner of walking pet tortoises in the 19th century. So my training is in classical music. I trained as a pianist and a clarinet player and a composer, and that's what I went to school for. But from a young age, I was also always writing and making visual art, and I also studied these things in college and in grad school, and I took dance classes and literature classes and creative writing and philosophy and also a lot of science classes. But I think maybe most of my training is as a composer because that's what my degree is in. So in some ways that frames my outlook and maybe my sort of a basic catalog of techniques. But I was always when I was developing as an artist, I was always in conversation with people who are visual artists or art historians, and making work with them and just exchanging ideas in the classes that we were doing and hanging out. So I suppose my work is cross arts, or could be called that, in that it's not only using the traditional ingredients of classical music. I work with different media and just depending on the piece. I think in any kind of collaboration, it sort of starts with investigating the environment or the landscape of the collaboration. So I have to learn about the particular situation that we're working toward and also about my collaborators as people and what their strengths and their features are, and also what part of my background or my training or my interests relates to what they're interested in. So that's true, I think, no matter the background of my collaborators, because sometimes you'll meet a musician who's an excellent dancer, for example, because I think no matter people's official training, there are always parts of their personality that are unique, and that you find out in the course of working together are really useful, and should be featured in whatever you're doing.